Welcome back everyone to another video. This one's going to be a little different. I was watching YouTube the other day and came across this video of this thing called the Ohio Anomaly, and it said it was in Chillicothe, Ohio, which is about a little less than an hour from where I'm at. So I mean, I could drive there and back to go golfing or go to the store or go, if there was something that I just wanted to do for half a day. It's not that far. And so I was really interested in this, and saying that there's this big ancient structure that they found underground when they were trying to do some surveys or something, and I couldn't believe it. I'm like, this is like one of the oldest civilizations that they found on Earth, and it's in Ohio, within an hour from me. So we're going to be taking a look at this video and breaking it down a little bit. The more I looked into it, the more I thought, something was fishy. So I needed to dig a little further into it. So let's watch this the beginning of this here, and you let me know what you think in the comments, whether you think this is real or not.
And they're not using an old slang term. They're actually digging in the ground, unearthing items from the past.
What they are finding are items made by people who were here long before the name America was ever spoken. It's another stop in Leon Bibb's My Ohio.
So here you can see they're just using a basic news clip from ABC 5 in Lorain County. It looks normal enough, just using the news. Let's see what else they got.
Just outside of Chillicothe, Ohio, something recently emerged from the earth that has stunned scientists and ignited intense global interest. Beneath the quiet farmland, nestled within layers of clay and glacial silt, a massive subterranean structure was unearthed.
So I want you to look at all these
one that defies
all these different structures that they're using. It looks like stock footage. I mean, this one doesn't look anything like the one that they showed a minute ago. They're all kind of different. I mean, this one's huge. This one says it's geometrically precise construct.
This enormous structure, dubbed the Ohio Anomaly by researchers, initially presented as a series of unusual magnetic readings picked up during a magnetometry scan. When a small excavation trench was dug, expecting perhaps glacial rocks or a buried foundation from 19th century settlers, scientists instead uncovered a vast interlocking system of stone blocks, each measuring roughly 2 meters wide, laid in a pattern far too deliberate to be accidental. The stone itself was not native to the region. Tests revealed it originated from a quarry nearly 600 miles away.
600 miles away. That's at least 2 states away from, central Ohio. Probably only got 250 miles on each side, or to the north or the south before we're out of the state. So, maybe Indiana, maybe Illinois, maybe Pennsylvania the other way, on the far end of Pennsylvania, something like that. I don't know. But that's, pretty far away to go.
What was revealed was a perfectly symmetrical subterranean complex with corridors, chambers, and ventilation shafts, all aligned to precise astronomical coordinates. Most notably, the central chamber is aligned with the summer solstice sunrise in a way eerily reminiscent of Stonehenge or the pyramids of Giza. Carbon dating of surrounding organic materials indicates that this site predates known human habitation in the Ohio Valley by at least 2,000 years.
2,000 years it predates any known civilization in the Ohio Valley. So it's this kind of stuff that got me intrigued on it and interested, because I was going to go and drive down to this place and check it out, or see, at least get as close as I can to it. Let's go on.
Somewhere around 12,000 years ago, deep into the last ice age, and well before the rise of the Olmec or any other known North American civilization.
12,000 years ago.
The sheer scale of the site is beyond anything previously associated with prehistoric North America. Stretching over 800 feet in length and nearly 400 feet wide, it dwarfs the famous Serpent Mound, and even rivals some old world sites in terms of complexity and ambition. The walls of the chambers are covered in a combination of unknown symbology and deep grooves that seem to indicate a form of early language, or possibly a primitive script, entirely unlike any ever cataloged.
So to me, it just looks like they're just using pictures from all kinds of different places, and like none of these places that they're looking at look the same to me. They look like from all different places, which is kind of what got my interest peaked, because later on they show, just stock footage of cities and stuff, and they're not using Chillicothe, they're using Columbus and Cincinnati.
Linguists and cryptographers brought in to analyze the markings have thus far been unable to link the patterns to any known cultural or linguistic root. The possibility that this represents an entirely lost language, one with no descendant or surviving cultural lineage, is now being seriously considered. What truly shocked the scientific community, however, was not just the discovery itself, but what was found inside the structure. At the center of the largest chamber, buried in a casing of a crystalline mineral not naturally found in Ohio, was an elongated sarcophagus-like construct. Within it, encased in a perfectly preserved chamber, was the skeletal remains of a humanoid figure, but not one that conforms exactly to Homo sapiens anatomy. Standing at an estimated height of over 7 feet, with an unusually elongated skull, thickened limb bones, and slightly different vertebral spacing, the being has sparked heated debate. Preliminary DNA analysis reveals significant overlap with modern humans, but with approximately 12% of the genome showing no match with any known human or hominid group in the global DNA databases. Embedded into one of the inner walls is a crystalline tablet roughly the size of a human torso. When exposed to directed light, patterns of iridescent reflection ripple across its surface in response to movement and sound. The phenomenon is under intense study, with some hypothesizing it could have been a form of visual data recording or information storage. What's most perplexing is that none of this fits within the established migration or cultural timelines.
So here they're showing like some cities, flyovers of the cities. That was definitely not Chillicothe. This could be Chillicothe. So here's just another city, probably somewhere in Ohio, not Chillicothe. Another ancient looking ruined site, not similar to many of the other ones. Here's Cincinnati, probably. It's the Ohio River. Cincinnati is not really anywhere close to Chillicothe. I mean, it's not super far, but Chillicothe to Cincinnati is 1 hour and 45 minutes away. Another shot from a city that's not Chillicothe. Just random shots, cities, random shots of caves. None of it really matches up. It's just kind of interesting. Here it looks like it's Cincinnati at night. There on the Ohio River. One of these shots shows the football stadium, and it's just they're just showing different stuff from different parts of the state, but nothing has anything to do with what they're talking about.
The sheer accuracy of the cuts, the scale of the chamber, and the ability to resist collapse after millennia underground is baffling. The dome itself is etched with spiraling patterns that radiate outward from a central medallion-like disc embedded in the ceiling. This disc contains a material no one has been able to identify. It is smooth, cool to the touch, and emits a faint electromagnetic field. Instruments used to measure magnetic interference experienced irregular fluctuations when brought near it.
So that's another thing. This weird disc that made out of something that nobody's ever heard of, nobody knows what it is, doesn't conform with the physics of known science. It's just all getting crazier and crazier. So it's just interesting. They get into pretty good detail about all this stuff and all this crazy stuff they found in there. But yet when I went to go look it up and try to find other videos, I couldn't find nothing about it. There was no search results on anything. This is the only video that came up under Ohio anomaly or ancient structure, underground structure in Ohio. Oh, see there we got Cincinnati. You can see the football stadium on the river. That's the old one. So then the final straw was when I came down here and looked at the comments. Pictures you are showing are pictures from other parts of the world. Please do not confuse us. Stay with what is in Ohio. I live in Chillicothe, born and raised for 58 years. This is fake news. They just keep on going. All Ohioans would be questioning their representatives. They're just tons and tons. Ridiculous. I live in Chillicothe, never heard of this. I live in the area, and it's the first we've heard of it. I was born and raised about 30 minutes south of there. I've never heard anything about this. I'm going to have to call it BS. So yeah, that was the final straw for me after I had talked to a bunch of people. But yeah, but then this reminds me that the funny thing is that we got a Cleveland Indians fan, which is Cleveland, obviously, and the Channel 5 was a Cleveland news station, which is even further from Cincinnati and Columbus. Cleveland is probably 2.5 hours from Columbus, so it'd be 3.5 hours from Chillicothe. You know, wouldn't you think that a news station from a little closer would be covering the story? Oh, and also I noticed too that yeah, Chillicothe isn't in Lorain County. It said Lorain County at the beginning, but Lorain County is up near Cleveland. Chillicothe is in Ross County, so they don't even have the right. Like they must have used a story from a different dig or whatever. They just used that news clip, so it all turned out to be fake. So I just wanted to do this quick video to just warn everybody. Be careful what you take as true out there on YouTube. Some of it's good. Some of it looks real good, and you know it's convincing. And like I said, this one got me for a couple of days. I actually sent this video to my friend. Was like, "I'll check this out. This is cool." And he was in Nevada, so he wouldn't have known. He just likes this kind of stuff. I just thought it was interesting. So let me know what you think, and if you got any other things that I missed on how to spot fake videos, fake news, stuff like that. Leave them in the comments. Let me know what you think. I'd be interested to hear what you have to say about this. And that's all I have for you on this one. Thanks for stopping by, checking out this video. And again, let me know what you think. Definitely let me know if you got any other things to look out for when trying to spot a fake video. And I'll catch you guys on the next one.